Hello and welcome to all in this video lecture series on 8051 microcontroller. In today's lecture, we are going to discuss a most important point, that is delay calculation in 8051 microcontroller. So before going to start the exact process, the program associated with the delay calculation, let us first talk about why it is important to deal with this concept of delay, right? So many times in this embedded system, especially when we are using 8051 microcontroller as a key element, we are supposed to carry out some activities like simple square wave generation of required frequency, or to understand code programming. Simple one LED we are going to interface, and we are going to blink this LED, which also known as simple the indicator application, or we are going to deal with simple port handling, right? We are going to take a data from one port, just wait for some amount of time, and after this time just send the data as a output or process for the further action. In all these situations or for all these applications, what we are supposed to do, we have to deal with say simple delay calculation. For example, say a square wave generation. Right now, suppose I want to generate a square wave of 1 kilohertz with 50% duty cycle. Okay. A simple one example. Then what we are going to do, simple, when I am going to talk about the square wave, my nature of square wave is like this. Okay. Right. So this entire frequency for 1 second is going to represent as what? 1 kilohertz. That means what? T is equal to 1 upon F, that is 1 millisecond. Right. So the entire time period for one cycle is 1 millisecond. So in short, the on time is for 0.5 millisecond and off time is for 0.5 millisecond. Right. So how we are going to proceed? Suppose I want to generate a square wave on port pin say P1.0. So what we will do? First I am going to make the status of P1.0 as a high. I am going to keep the status high for this 0.5 millisecond. Then the status will get changed to low, and again the same status, that means the low status of P1.0 we are going to keep for 0.5 millisecond. And the same, this specific activity or this code we are going to repeat for n number of times. So what will happen? This wave is get reflected at the output. I will say this is for 0.5 millisecond, say this is for 0.5 millisecond, like this. Okay. So in this case, it is necessary to introduce a delay, and that delay is equal to what? 0.5 millisecond. Similarly, if I am connecting one LED, say simple, my system is as like this, right? Say it is my microcontroller 8051, and to one of the ports, say to P1 dot or say P2.3, I am connecting one LED, and this LED I want to blink. And suppose the blinking rate means my LED should be on for say 1 second and it need to be off for 1 second. Then how we are going to proceed? The P2.3, first I am going to make high. Once I am going to make high, the LEDs get turned on here, right? So now P2.3 here, it is what? On, and it will remains on for 1 second. And after 1 second, the status of this pin, that is P2.3, is get changed from high to low, and this here the LED is on, and this is again for 1 second. And this entire loop means the code associated with this activity I am going to put into loop. So what will happen? N number of times, right, or as per my requirement, the continuous this high low signals are forwarded on the port pin, right? So whenever the on, LEDs get turned on, when it is off, LEDs get turned off, right? So in this case, this concept is very much important. And what is that? Delay calculation. So there are two ways by which we can do it. The one, we will use a simple registers, and the second, the use of timer section. Okay. So how to use the timer section to introduce a delay, that we are going to discuss later in special that delay, the timer block. And now we are going to talk about the delay calculation using the registers. So to calculate this delay, right, we are having this one standard formula. What is that? Delay is equal to count multiplied by number of machine cycles in loop. So these machine cycles are associated with the instructions which are present into loop, okay, plus number of machine cycles out of loop, right. So these machine cycles are also associated with an instruction multiplied with 1.085 microsecond. Now how this 1.0, why we are going to stick with 1.5 microsecond? Because in 8051 microcontroller, right, one machine cycle is equal to 1.085 microsecond. And how we have calculated it? Right, simple. One machine cycle is equal to 12 clocks. So 8051 microcontroller, we are connecting 11.0592 megahertz cluster. Okay. So here whatever the frequency associated with one machine cycle will be 0.592 megahertz divided by 12. So these are what? 12 clock cycles. And when I am there with this, so the value which comes into the picture after performing this divide operation is 921.6 kilohertz. And then I am going to talk about simple the time. So it is 1.921.6 into 10 raised to 3, which is nothing but 1.085 microsecond, right. So if my connected crystal value is changing, whatever this count value is changing. Now let us consider one simple example. So this example will clear exact how much amount of delay or how exactly the delay is provided. So we are here with this simple program statement. So what is that? Find the size of delay in the following program if the crystal frequency is 11.0592 megahertz. Right? So here this is the program. So move a comma hash 55h, move p1 comma. So what we are doing initially, I am sending the p1 is equal to 55h. Right? So corresponding to 55, what will be my value? So it's 0101, 0101. Right? And then we are calling the delay. Right? So here it is delay, and then CPL complement the content of accumulator, right? And again this, okay, SJump again means we are going to send that content, the complemented content we are sending on to P1. So what's the new value? It's 1010 1010, and again the delay calculation. So here it is again what a delay, and this is what the repetitive process. So again complemented. So 0101 0101, right? And it remains into the loop. So it is very much important to understand this delay. So for how much amount of time the status of port P1 is 55, and after complement this value is a AAH. For how much amount of time the P1 going to hold the value 55H and this AAH, and for that whatever this delay routine written, so that delay routine is present. So let us talk about this delay routine. Move R3 comma hash 200. We require one machine cycle. We execute this instruction. DJNZ R3 comma here label, it requires 2 machine cycle, and for RET it again requires the 2 machine cycles here, right. Now we will find how much amount of delay that introduced by this delay routine. And here whatever this 200 is there, this 200 is nothing but what? This is simple our count value. Okay. So now I am going to put the values here. So what is that? Simple. As per the formula, it's a 200 multiplied with number of machine cycle in loop. So when I'm going to pay attention here, then this specific instruction is get executed repeatedly, right? So this instruction is there into loop. So what is that? Simple into 2, right? Plus, let me remove this bracket. So it's a count multiplied by number of instruction in the machine cycle in loop, that is 2, right? And how many machine cycles are there outside the loop? Say this 1 plus this, so it is equal to what? So 3 multiplied with 1.085 microsecond. And corresponding to it, what value we are getting now? So now I'm going to do this calculation. So 200 multiplied by 2, it's 400 plus 3. So it's 403 multiplied with 1.085 microsecond. And once we do this calculation, we are there with the value, and the value is what? Simple 4. So the output that we are getting is simple 437.25 microsecond. So now what is happening here? The P1 is going to hold a value 55H for 437.25 microsecond. It is get changed to AA again for 437.25 microsecond, and again the loop is repeated. So in this way, this simple program is going to introduce a delay. Now let us go with the next one more program. Here some slight changes we have done, right? So instead of using directly this DJ and Z, I am going to put some NOP instruction. So first of all, whenever you are going to deal with any delay calculation, right? So just find out how many machine cycles are required to execute each and every instruction. So for first instruction, only one machine cycle. For NOP, 1. Again for this NOP it is 1. For NOP it is 1. For NOP again it is 1. For DJNZ 2, and for RET 2. Okay. Now let us go with this delay calculation, right? So as per the specified what we call the formula, the 250 is here count. So I'm going to put count multiply. So what is my count? So it's a 250 multiplied with number of machine cycles which are there into E. So here this specific here loop is get executed repeatedly. Okay. So which are my instruction? This NOP up to DJNZ. So these are the instructions which are get executed repeatedly. So corresponding to it, this 1, 2, 3, 4, and this 5, 6, right? So 250 multiplied with 6 plus instruction outside the loop is 3, right? So because this RET and the move R3 comma H, these two instructions are there outside the loop, right? So plus here it is 3 multiplied with 1.085 microsecond. So after doing this calculation, I am getting an answer 250 multiplied with 6 plus 3. That introduced by this program is 163.755 microseconds. So this much amount of delay that introduced by the program. So in this way, we are going to calculate a simple delay.